Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Fate Extra. Today we will be doing the Elimination Battle, Round 3, Day 7. Today is the Elimination Battle. I trust that your preparations went smoothly. I turned toward the voice coming from behind me. He wears the clothes of a priest, which in the end only makes his snide tongue more jarring. Come to the first floor when ready. You can do something trifling like stop by the commissary if needed. Apparently finished, he opens the door and lets himself out. In preparation for the elimination battle, I should go to the chapel and the commissary. Or I could go to my personal room and sort out my information on the enemy servant. And then, once that's in order, I'll go to where Kuromine is. Like always, we'll do the servant info right away since it's right next to us. We're getting pretty fancy in the room here, too. Organize information. It's time. If I don't overcome my smiling, precocious enemy, the flame of life that will be snuffed out is my own. Kill or be killed. Both choices are terribly cruel, but I cannot lose. It would be good to review all the things that have happened this week, one by one. First, there was the friend who turned out to be a monster. I thought it was a berserker. Right, from the ferocious intensity that Alice's friend displayed. I was positive it was a berserker. Next, Alice erected a reality marble in the arena. It was a reality marble so large that it blanketed half of the arena. It had the ability to remove you from existence. That's right. Alice proclaimed that inside of it, people would forget their names. Then they'd forget they existed entirely. It was scary. However, if I was to believe that the monster was her servant, then the Alices would be twin masters. According to the rules established by the Holy Grail, there can be only one master per servant. So then, how could there be two Alices and a summoned monster? The answer to that puzzle is one of the Alices is the servant. Toko Aozaki pointed out to me that berserkers are incapable of using reality marbles. Then, while I was researching in the library, Alice herself said that the Jabberwock wasn't her servant. Here's my thought. It's all the same thing. The Jabberwock, the reality marble, they're part of the noble phantasm created by the other Alice. Matrix, Level E. Enemy servant info obtained. And then, there is the fact that Alice's very essence seems to mingle with her servants. Alice's servant can't exist without Alice's dreams, and Alice can't live without her servant. Which makes sense if she's been dead, probably a long time. Alice is stuck in a dream, always trying to grant her own last wishes. Alice's servant's identity is best described as the channel through which Alice's dreams manifest. Saber does not care. You guys ready for the name reveal? Enemy caster. True name, nursery rhyme. Noble phantasm. Maxwell's demon. Maiden's empire. Queen's glass game. Transformation A+. Metamorphosis A. Area creation A. Maxwell's demon. Maiden's empire. Queen's glass game. A story without A story without end. A childlike finger returns to the first line. A tiny hand reaches out for the second volume. For as long as the reader denies reality. Transformation A+. I will change. I have changed. I am you, while you are me. I'm going to change. I will have changed. I am you, and you are me. Metamorphosis A. This is the ability to merge one's own body with the body parts of others. The higher the ranking of this skill, the further away one becomes from being considered a true hero. But it doesn't matter, that kind of stuff doesn't matter at all. Whatever you say needs to be done, I will do as you order me to. Character background. A nursery rhyme is a children's refrain. Tom Thumb's charming picture book. The first glimpse of Mother Goose's awakening. The sorrowful me to the lonely you. Your final wish, let's make it true. So, yep, now I'll say it directly. Her nursery rhyme, which is the name of the servant. Her frickin' Matrix info. She is the one writing it. She is writing it. You can tell by the italics. And then this standard dialogue here, where it's actually describing what the ability does, then gets taken over by nursery rhyme again at the end, with more italics. Library. So, something a little bit interesting. The door is firmly locked. Is that in the mobile game, Fate Grand Order, Nursery Rhyme is one of the summonable servants that you can get in that. And as with most mobile gacha games, you have to like roll for random characters and you get them and all that. And then you can upgrade your character to different levels. And when you upgrade your character, their outfit changes. Well, for most characters. And for Nursery Rhyme, she starts out as a literal book and then turns into Alice in her upgraded form. You came for an alteration before you fight? My. And I haven't done it myself, but apparently there is a side story in Grand Order that, like, explains why Nursery Rhyme still is taking on the form of Alice, even after this game. Because, yeah, I think that I do have Nursery Rhyme on my account. But, yeah, I don't know if I've leveled her up enough to unlock the side story for her. Want to do an alteration? No. Oh, well, okay, I think we are just about ready to go beat up a child. In hell, money conquers all. Welcome to the Sukumihara Academy Commissary. Well, let's go. You will now enter the Colosseum and confront the opposing master. Are you ready? Remember, the only way to leave the Colosseum is to win. If you are ready, I will open the gate. Enter the Colosseum. The way to the Colosseum is now open, young master. I wish you the best of luck and hope that you will return. Remember, it's kill or be killed. Yay! Playtime again! What do you want to play today? Hide and seek, tag, or play house? Hide and seek. Alice wants to play house, cause then there's a mommy and a daddy. Okay, Alice gets to be the daddy and Alice gets to be the mommy. Yeah, Alice gets to be the mommy and Alice gets to be the daddy. What about the mister? The mister gets to be a bad guy. A bad guy? Uh-huh, a bad guy. A mean person who's got evil plots. Someone who doesn't want Alice and Alice to live happily ever after forever and ever? Uh-huh, that's what I think. The bad person is gonna get in our way and ruin everything. No, I don't want to have anything in the way. I don't want to say bye to this happiness. What do we do? The queens say, off with their heads to bad people. Wouldn't that hurt them? Nuh-uh, 'cause it's all pretend. You're smart. Everything's okay since it's just pretend. And if it doesn't work the first time, then we can play hospital. Please don't cut my head off. Don't get in the way. I'm not talking to you right now, mister. Yep, Alice is talking to Alice right now. That's right, Alice only talks to Alice. I thought you were the same as us, the exact same as us. I thought Alice wasn't going to be lonely anymore. If you don't like me, then I don't need you, mister. Alice is the only one Alice needs. She is the only Alice for Alice. You're not my Alice, mister. I don't need you anymore, mister. You're in the way now. What big girls deciding matters on their own. Still, I always enjoy watching their harmonious accord. I cannot help but feel sorry for them. Their brilliance is but the sparkle of dreams escaping a corpse. But if you want to play with us, then just this one time I'll play with you, mister. You're so nice, Alice, and Alice will play with the mister too. Let's have a lot of fun. Don't run away again, okay? I don't want to get hurt. Alice doesn't like getting hurt either. Yes, Alice knows all about being hurt and lonely. Alice hates it so much. But Alice doesn't remember what being hurt was like because that was a long time ago. That's because it's been forever since Alice hurt all the time. So, Alice doesn't really know much about the hurty feeling anymore. You understand that, mister, don't you? Because you're a lot like Alice. See? So even though you're not the only Alice for Alice, we can have fun together today, mister. A lot like Alice, The elevator vibrates to a halt. We're there. Alice wants to thank you for playing lots and lots this week. Alice had so much fun. Uh-huh. We haven't had so much fun in a long, long time. Alice is happy and says thank you too. But we're all done playing with you now, mister. Alice wants to play with just Alice now. I don't need you anymore, mister. I'm gonna miss you, but it's time to say bye-bye. What do we say next? You forgot already? It goes like this. Now good Tom Thumb, your work is done. The tale is at its end. My dreams of dark embrace your heart. Night's curtain does descend. With great mirth I'll cut off your head, life from your body rend. Indeed, all tales must end. Master, you're a sweet person. I know you've grown attached to these girls somewhat, but life rests on the precipice of death. Shall I make that fatal tension even more exquisite? Saber versus Caster. Live or die by the sword. Matrix, level E. So I'm gonna guess that she's gonna cast a spell on the first action here. Then I'm gonna use Fount of the Saint. And then attack, 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 guard. Break, attack. And we'll see how much damage I take. Yes, we stunned her. Haha. Dragon Skillet. Oh, it just does damage. Okay. Fount of the Saint. Okay, attack, attack, guard, guard, break. So since I'm probably gonna be avoiding it entirely, I guess I will just say that for Alice's noble, or I guess Nursery Rhyme's Noble Phantasm, I believe that it activates on turn 8 and it fully heals her health and mana, I think. The Plains of Winter. Washa! Oof. Thunderous applause. Okay, it looks like she likes using guard. Heal, thunderous, thunderous, guard. Break, break, guard. Die. So yeah, Alice has moderate health and very low defense. So the fight is really a challenge of, can you take her out fast enough? Because I believe she can also use her Noble Phantasm multiple times, and she'll use it like every 8 turns or something. Or it might be every 4 turns? I forget, I'll have to check. You know what, I'll see if I can check right now. If you guys just give me a second. Actually, I think I'll just cut here and come back when I have the info. Okay, I'm back, and yep, it is the 8th turn. And also, turns out she uses the exact same attacks every turn, but she simply rotates the actions forward one each time. So like, she used a skill on the first action slot on the first turn, and the second turn she used it on the second slot. And also, on the first turn she uses break on the 6th slot. But then on second turn she uses break on the first slot, then third turn she uses break on the second slot, and so on. Yeah, she just uses the exact same thing every time. It just rotates it. Okay. Huh? We're disappearing? Oh, it's over already? It's over already. No question. Why? Servant Alice firmly grasps Master Alice's hand. They cling to each other, their voices plaintive. Alice was alone for so long. Nobody noticed me. I had no home and I was sad for a long, long time. Then Alice found Alice to belong to, and we were so happy. We even had a home. That was all we needed. Forever and ever, just like this. That was all we needed. Why does it gotta end? Why did they take our happiness away? Why? It's okay. Alice gives a small smile. Alice already knew that everything would go bye-bye. I don't remember very well, but I am probably already dead. My body isn't in that hospital anymore. Alice is like a box with nothing inside of it. There wasn't ever anything there since the beginning. Yep, even back in the hospital, there was no Alice left inside Alice. No one noticed Alice. I was alone. It hurt. No one treated Alice like a person. It was the same after Alice came to Wonderland, too. Alice was so alone. That's why I know that my home here and my Alice will all go far away soon. But, mister, you cared about Alice, didn't you? Yes. Uh-huh. You always paid attention to Alice, mister. It's 'cause you're like Alice, mister. Except you still have a real place to go home to somewhere. Thank you, Alice, for being my friend. For always being with me. And thank you, mister, for seeing Alice, for playing with Alice. I really wanted to play a little more, but bye-bye. With a sound like the crumbling of sugar, Alice glitters for a moment, and then she's gone. I am a reflection. This time I was Alice in the looking glass. Even if I'm summoned in the next war, I won't be the Alice I am now. I am always someone's fanciful creation. The real Alice is a mystery, but being Alice's servant made me happy. Right before she crumbles away, a single drop falls from her eye. Why am I crying? When I know that even if I cry, I'll never be the real thing. The licorice girl chases after her sweet master. I should be used to the harsh rules of the Holy Grail War by now, but I can't desensitize myself. If this is natural, then this system is twisted at its core. And so the girl disappeared. I didn't wish for her to die. I didn't wish for anything, but I still led her to her death. This is the third death I've caused. The rules of the Holy Grail War demand that I kill. But that girl will never see another day because of me. The guilt weighs heavily on my soul. You are lamenting over the death of your opponent. A warm, caring voice breaks through my gloom. The loss of life is a sad affair, especially if it's a consequence of the ruthlessness of war. Ruthlessness? I think pointlessness would be more accurate. Point taken. However, you fight because you have no other choice. You either kill or die. There is no mercy to be found in war, and the sadness of causing death is still there. But humanity dreams of the Holy Grail's power. They entrust their hopes to a higher power. They do this because they know that they aren't capable of doing what is best for all. More so than death, this fact is what saddens me the most, said Leo. That's really pathetic. People who can't save themselves, and us who are already damned. Those words ring of someone who sees themselves as a savior of a world in chaos. Wait before you pass judgment. I was born and raised to be king of the world. I'll remember your grief and her pain so that one day none will have to die for nothing. I have joined this battle in order to end the world's cycle of suffering and deprivation. Once control is restored, I can put an end to the conflicts brought on by scarcity and want. Isn't that what you desire? For your grief and her death to have meaning? In a perfect society, all people must be equal. To save the world, there must be equilibrium. Though his ideas are poison, there is a seductiveness to his words that is hard to ignore. Or maybe his ideas are what's needed to heal a fractured world. The boy's oddly comforting voice lifts my spirits, which had sunk after Alice's death. What a way to comfort someone! This person's totally clueless. Being bombastic helps nothing. Suddenly forcing her way into the conversation was none other than Rin. The unrestrained hatred in her voice perfectly matches the animosity of her expression. I overheard your little spiel. It's what I'd expected from the plutocratic Harway family. I care about all. I wish nothing more than to see a world where everyone has their place. And of course, that place is under your rule, with you deciding who lives and who dies, correct? Your world is a place where you alone decide whether a child is to be fed or left to starve. A person's entire life is dictated by the whims of the Harway family's desires. However, you are not a god. If you want to live as you do now, forever, go ahead. I don't care. But for me, I cannot and will not accept things as they currently are now. If you wish to build a country dominated by saints, fine, just leave humanity out of it. So my information about you being a potential insurgent was correct after all, Miss Tosaka. You assume I don't understand your position, and in that you're wrong. However, you need to realize the efficient distribution of resources depends on proper management. I can assure you that my family has no plans to stockpile goods for financial gain. Once you see how we rule, you will understand our grand design for the well-being of humanity. I'm aware of the Harway plan for prosperity, everyone in their place, with no place for dissent. A paradise based on stasis and class immobility, no change and no hope of a better future. Stability at the expense of hope and joy, a world where people don't live, only merely exist. A world where people don't live, only merely exist. I mock anyone who would choose that path. Living as merely one of the flock doesn't appeal to me. Miss Tosaka, that is because you have an inherent strength that the masses lack. Perhaps it is good to feel that you're in a fight to preserve your very existence. However, would you wish for all of mankind to suddenly be given the same strength? That is to say... Of course you wouldn't. You are all too aware of your selfishness and your pride. Because of that, you could not share your pain with those without the strength to bear it. I could and would. I'm not as soft-hearted as you make me out to be. Is that so? You will always help those in need. Your compassion will lead to your defeat. What did you just say? Joy is ephemeral. In order to save humanity, you must first be willing to let them die. The world needs a strong leader, Miss Tosaka, and once I gain the power of the Holy Grail, I will be the one true king, and my virtue will illuminate the darkness that engulfs the world. The European plutocrats control 30% of the world. Control 30% of the world, and none have voiced their discontent. Opposition to our rule comes from outside the farm, to expand on your analogy a little. In short, either join the flock or be slaughtered. Our current view is that the populations of the Asian region are expendable. Of course, we have plans to integrate the region should they choose to support our aims. To think we agree on something. Okay, I understand perfectly now. What exactly do you understand? That I was right in entering the Holy Grail War this time around. So, Leonard Pistario Harway, heir apparent to the head of the plutocratic Harway family, I swear to you that I will crush your delusions of genocide and despotic rule. To be perfectly clear, you intend to kill me? Seeing as I seriously doubt that anything short of taking your life would stop you, yes. I see. I have faith that someone of your intellect will understand one day, or maybe you already do? Talk about stubborn. I can't fault your dedication to your megalomaniacal delusions, though. Rin's open declaration of war. I don't think it'll escalate hostilities the way it did with Julius. Leo has chosen his path, and she has done so as well. Their battle will be fought within the Holy Grail War. One will win, the other will die. And then those two will eventually disappear. Only I, who has nothing, will remain. Leo's plans, Rin's determination. I have nothing to fight for, yet I continue to fight and kill. Unlike the real world, I can feel the weight of this virtual world pressed down on me. Even so, I will find a reason to go on. Of course, it's not that simple. There is no time. It will all end when the fourth round begins. I can't lie to myself any longer. I cannot continue knowing it's all for nothing. I'm worth something. I have to fight on. If my opponents must die so I can live, so be it. I have nothing to base that assertion on. Right now I have nothing. I am nothing. That's why I need to find a reason for all of this. Any reason, even if it's a bad one. Just as long as it's nothing I'd be ashamed of when it comes time to face my opponents. Sleepy Saber. Enemy, servant info, strength E, defense E, agility E, magic E, luck E. Let's see here. It says there's new info here, but I think that's just wrong for some reason. A story without end. A childlike finger returns to the first line. A tiny hand reaches out for the second volume, for as long as the reader denies reality. Nursery rhyme. Ahem. Nursery rhyme is not a hero in the traditional sense. Rather, it is a general term for any picture book that has managed to manifest itself into a corporeal existence. The genre itself, deeply loved by the children of England, came into being as a reaction to the half-voiced dreams of the young and eventually emerged as a servant who became a champion of the innocent. It formed the foundation for perhaps the best-known work from the author known as Lewis Carroll. His book, Alice in Wonderland, began as a series of simple rhymes told to the daughters of a family friend while rowing the River Thames on a warm summer's day. The servant nursery rhyme is actually a type of reality marvel. It projects the true feelings of its master and creates a pseudo-servant in a form imagined by the one who summoned it. Then we save. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all next time for after round 3. Have a great day and bye bye.